Super Bowl. God damn.
If you don't say the line, yeah, but if you don't say the line, it's soft.
What line?
You got the Super Bowl because of the song. If you don't do the song and say the line, what's the point?
Which line are you talking about?
Did Kendrick Lamar get the Super Bowl call because of the song Not Like Us? No. He got the Super Bowl because all the momentum surrounding the beef, I think, but he's also done the Super Bowl prior to that. So what about that? He wasn't a solo, but he was still on that stage. Kendrick Lamar is a big artist. Is he as big as Drake? No, but he's a big artist. He sold millions of records. Look at his concerts, sold out. He had one of the biggest tours not too long ago on his last album. He had one of the biggest tours. So stop acting like Kendrick Lamar can't hold his own and can't perform at the Super Bowl. Stop doing that. It's corny.
The pedophile one.
No, I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't do it, not because, and I said this way before any lawsuits and stuff. I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't. That's not my moment. Like I hate people who think Kendrick Lamar is only at the Super Bowl because they're not like us.
He is there.
It's not though. These guys had an amazing career. If he didn't have Not Like Us, Kendrick could still do the Super Bowl. This is the second time.
Not this year, but he could, but not this year.
Well, okay, to that point, right?
It was the biggest song this year. That's not saying it's
yeah.
Absolutely deserved. It's the right person to have.
Absolutely.
But because of the hit song, it's like.
But then he put out a fantastic album. Like Kendrick could not do Not Like Us and still have an incredible, beyond incredible set.
Right.
I don't need to hear I don't need to hear any of this record at the Super Bowl.
No.
And I'm about to say how many people.
You don't need to hear it, right? I don't care if they play that song or not. I mean, and if he does perform the song, it's not going to be that long. He has other songs that are more mainstream that can appeal to the Super Bowl audience. The Super Bowl audience is not hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's not hip hop. It is the Super Bowl. So there's 300 something, I don't know what is 100 something million, 200 million, whatever. It's a lot of people that watch the Super Bowl. So trying to get these diss records off is not going to appeal. Not Like Us will be played like a snippet or the hook or something like that. And that'll be that.
Who really even know these records, that'd be stupid. Everybody knows about the Drake Kendrick diss because it was the two biggest rappers, two of the biggest artists in the world.
Which is what you want to see.
I wouldn't give Drake that moment. I just wouldn't.
Why do you think it's his? Why do you think that's his moment?
I wouldn't mention my op on the biggest stage.
You don't gotta say his name.
I would do the hook. I literally would do. I had a marching band in New Orleans.
I'd mention that. I would mention it straight up because what Drake tried to do backfired, and now I'm on your neck for the rest of your career. I would definitely mention it.
And they not like us. They done had a crowd thing and then go on to another record.
Yeah,
explosion, boom.
I can see him doing that. Like,
that's what I would do.
I can see the
I'm
crowd.
not mentioning Parker at the Super Bowl. I'm not mentioning Parker at the Super Bowl.
That shit is soft.
I don't want to mention.
Why is that soft?
That's soft. Y'all are moving the goalposts.
To have the crowd say it instead of even him saying
that's fire.
Yeah.
But you have to play the song.
Yeah.
And you have to create that scenario where it's played. You can get sneaky about you not saying it, but the crowd says it. But you have to do that moment.
I don't want it. I don't want to see Kendrick doing.
He's been doing shots.
I heard you like him young. This is your moment. Like the Super Bowl is like the.
He got it.
Because rappers don't do it. Rappers don't get rings.
You don't do it. If you don't do it, you're just like the artsy little nerd that people think you are.
I don't think.
If you want to be number one, hey,
he's already number
Michael Jackson plays his hits when he does it.
Listen,
everybody who does it plays their hits. They don't not play the biggest song they've ever had in their career, and this is by far the biggest song he's ever had in his career. So nobody goes to the Super Bowl and doesn't play their biggest song, and if you don't, you're scared. Or you're bowing to
fam. If he doesn't play it, he doesn't play it. Like this, people be like Andrew Shulz is obviously on Drake's side, right? So he's trying to push that narrative, like academics trying to push that narrative. If he doesn't play the song, he doesn't play the song. It does not mean he's scared. What are you talking about? The man ended Drake, got Drake suing. What are you talking about? He's scared. He had diss track. He had more diss tracks on deck. And you calling that man scared? That sounds dumb. And yes, corporations control the Super Bowl. So if Pepsi or Coca-Cola is saying, "Hey, you can't play a song mentioning a PDF file," then yeah, he's supposed to not do it. What are you talking about?
Corporate interests. And if you're bowing to corporate interest, then now you can no longer be like, I'm the indie guy that's always slept on and nobody thinks
Well, he's
about
not indie.
I think that there is some branding and marketing around it that he's definitely leaned into. So now that you have the opportunity for the corporations to tell you what to do, and you go, oh, yes, of course, whatever you want, Pepsi, I'll make sure that I do that. Now you can't criticize Drake for doing the same thing. If Drake is the bubblegum candy corporate rapper, and the second you get, everybody loves to criticize people for opportunities they don't have. Now that you have the opportunity to prove you the indie real guy and you don't do it, soft.
We never saw back to back on a big stage.
Yeah.
We never saw Drake go anywhere and perform back to back on a big stage.
That's not.
Well, he
That's
did
not true.
on the OVO Fest.
Never.
Yeah, he did the OVO Fest. He did it.
No, he had plenty. He could have performed it at the NBA All-Star game. He didn't do it. He gave a little
He said
shot.
he's gonna retire.
Listen,
If he gave a little shot to Meek when he was talking to Kev, and he was just like, "Yeah, Philly's had a rough month or a rough year or some shit like that." But he didn't perform. I just don't think you should do a diss record on a big stage like that.
Pepsi show. If it's Pepsi show, that's fine. And Pepsi want to tell you what songs you're allowed to perform, that's totally fine.
You don't gotta listen.
No,
you don't have to listen.
He's going to do it.
You don't have to listen.
I don't think he should do it. I'm consistent. Before the lawsuit, I said he should do the horns and the hook. I just wouldn't be up there mentioning all them other people during my time like that.
Play the whole song. He's gonna play the hook,
especially in the era. Now, mind you, especially, and it ain't even really most all about Drake. It's everybody else that he mentions in the record.
Yo, imagine I went to Abu Dhabi and I didn't make fun of them at all. People would be like, oh, you scared? Oh, no, it's not the same, but I'm saying, they'd be like, oh, Schulz, you scared? You go to every other country, but when you go to that one where you could get arrested, now you pussy, you don't make fun of them. If they said that, I'd be like, man, you're right. You got a good criticism. I took the bag going over there, but then I didn't keep it consistent of what I do. 100%. So you either scared or you let Pepsi tell you what songs you can or can't play. But either way, it's not authentic. That's the biggest song you've ever had on the biggest year you've ever had, and it's a slapper. He plays that shit, the whole place is gonna go fucking crazy.
Yeah, but he got about 5-6 other records that he can play that's gonna make me. I'm a Kendrick fan, so there's other records he can play that.
There's no question. He's a prolific artist. I'm not saying he's not a prolific artist with music that's phenomenal. I'm not saying that isn't the case. What I'm saying is that is by far the biggest song of his career, and this is his year, and he's doing it at the Super Bowl. If he doesn't do it, he either is scared or doing what Pepsi tells him.
Listen,
the NFL tells him.
Let's say this.
He's gonna do it.
But listen,
and that's okay. A lot of people get in those situations where they do that. They're not willing to fight for their art. That's fine.
There's nobody scarier, terrified, and frightened than Aubrey Graham. I've been saying Aubrey filed this lawsuit because he's scared to death Kendrick might perform this at the Super Bowl.
I think more reason to perform it.
I think he did this for 2 reasons. I think Aubrey filed that lawsuit because he wants to make the Grammys feel like, man, we can't reward this record, man. This record got, he's calling him a pedophile and he's getting sued over this record. We can't give him this record, even though Grammys, can't avoid it.
If they don't give Kendrick the fucking Grammy,
he got to get with it. It's rap song of the year.
So it's not even close. Okay, let's just. I'm honestly trying to speak objectively here. It's the song of the year. The Grammys would do themselves a disservice to not reward the person who put out the song.
Not like us, one of the biggest songs ever.
That's my point.
I'm not even joking.
That's why you gotta play it. That's why you gotta play it.
You realize you already been taking shots at Drake too.
Horns in the hook.
No, it's the biggest song.
Horns in the hook.
And you're on the biggest stage. You gotta perform.
You could do this. You could say this. You go say Drake, and then don't say anything, and the audience goes, "I think you like him." Yeah, it is it. Now it would be like, what I would look at it is this. I would look at, you had crazy corporate interests telling you can't do it, and you said, "I'm gonna play my song." But I won't say that word that the entire audience is going to say.
But that ain't the part I would hit anyway, though. The part I would hit was trying to strike a chord, and it's probably
A minor.
Yeah.
But it got to be something. And because if you don't do it.
He's been taking shots already during his little teasers.
Oh, what's the shot?
Kendrick.
What shot did he took?
The first one when he was like, there's only one
I think Kendrick moved on from Drake.
He probably did, but
like a long time ago. Drake is the one who hasn't.
But he's still performing. He knows he got.
Can't help that that's his biggest song.
Yeah.
So even if he moved on, we didn't. Your biggest song is tied to him.
GNX got records on there that I love. That song ever,
That's
but that's because Not Like Us is one of the biggest records ever. But I'd much rather see Squabble Up at the Super Bowl.
He's gonna play that too.
Yeah,
got to do Squabble Up at the Super Bowl.
Play the Broccoli song, but also you got to do the
him and SZA gonna do Luther. You know, I probably wouldn't do Luther.
Yeah,
Luther is kind of slow, right?
Yeah, he could make it.
Listen,
y'all forgetting they could jazz it up.
the debate isn't whether he has amazing songs throughout his career. The debate is not whether he deserves it or not. He absolutely deserves it. So all these things are true. But if you don't play the biggest record you ever had, it's corporate interests
I don't think so.
influencing you, and that's
Because
which is fine. We all get influenced by corporations.
You know why? Because there's records that I know he's going to perform that would piss off that crowd way more than Not Like Us. We gonna be all right. What he's saying, and we hate Popo. Like that right there. I know they don't want him to perform that. I got like, and he did that at the last Super Bowl with Dr. Dre. If I'm not mistaken,
He did.
they bleeped out Popo.
Yeah.
When he says I hate Popo, they bleeped it out. That record right there is more risky to do than not. They don't care about him dissing no rapper, bro.
How important is your art to you, man? That's all. You gonna let Pepsi decide what you can or can't do? You work your whole life to create a career where you can write songs about whatever you want, the things that are important to you, and then Pepsi goes, yeah, but cut that shit out.
I don't think Pepsi told him that.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Pepsi
I
told
think
him
he's gonna play the song. I can't fathom.
But if he does it, not
play
because the corporate told him not to.
Right.
Yes, it is.
I don't believe that.
Yes, it is. And it's okay.
I wouldn't play. I'm not even. I wouldn't do it.
You might not, but I'm saying it's okay to want corporate connections. It's okay to want these relationships. It's okay to want to build your career in that way. Drake did a great job of doing it, but now you can no longer criticize Drake for being a corporate rapper the second you get a big corporate opportunity and the corporation tells you what you can or can't do, and then you acquiesce. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
Andrew, boy, he fighting hard on that narrative, man. I just wish people would understand that, you know, Kendrick had the best year, had one of the best years ever. He's doing the Super Bowl. So of course you got all these people that want to criticize this, that, and the third. It hasn't even happened yet. Let's come back to this after he performs the Super Bowl. And if he does or doesn't do the song, let's critique that. Because no matter what Kendrick does, if he plays certain parts of the song, they're going to critique that. If he doesn't play it, they're going to critique that. If he plays the whole song, like the Super Bowl is not about hip hop. It's not a hip hop fan base. It's supposed to be all inclusive. Okay. I think it's going to be a great performance. I cannot wait for it. And, you know, we'll see what happens in the future. What is it? Next week? A week from today. So anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Smash that like button. I'll catch y'all next time.